Shooting this film changed my life, probably forever. Hope you enjoyed that trailer. My name is Carlos Perez. I am a cinematographer based out of Puerto Rico and Florida. Before we shot Villain, we had only shot a few teasers and trailers, never a full finished short film. So we were really wanting to film a full short. I guess it really took going into a 48-hour film festival in order to get this done, to force us into going in, doing it, finishing it, having it done. Now, this short, Villain, hits a note for me because even though we filmed this about 5 years ago and released it 5 years ago, we had never actually done a festival run. We never released it online or anything. So now is definitely the time to get this out there into the world, along with all of our other films. That's why we launched A Film by Humans, because it's a YouTube channel where we're gonna be launching everything that we have done. It serves nobody to live on a hard drive and not see the light of day. We need these films, I need these films to be seen by people because they do tell important stories that have become important for me, but were really personal and important for the director and writer, David Borges, which actually I'm gonna let him tell you about what is Villain all about.
Villain came out of a fever dream that I had, like a lot of my stories. And in the dream, I was yelling at people, telling them that they have turned me into a villain.
You turned me into a villain.
So I'm a big superhero fan, especially the old school movies where we had the origin story of a character and how, you know, he needed to choose the greater good. But then I'm also a big fan of horror. So I sort of wanted to merge both worlds in a way that we're telling the origin story of a villain in this case, but in a more grounded way. And that's something that I want to bring to my films. It's definitely always having that supernatural aspect to it, either superhero or either aliens or whatever it might be. I do want to ground it in grief. I want to ground it in happiness, love, kindness. Have that aspect, never forget about it.
All right, so you just heard David explain a little bit of the story of the film. One of the things I am grateful for to have competed on the 48-hour film festival is definitely the fact that we had 2 days to come up with an idea, execute it, finish it, edit it, and everything. So you end up with a final project right then and there. We barely edited anything after the fact. We kind of cleaned up the audio a little bit better, but most of everything, it is what we submitted to the 48 Film Festival. We didn't really do much afterwards. After we did this 48 Film Festival, we actually did about 3 more festivals, and each time we were kind of using it as a challenge. How many VFX can we sneak into a film in this short amount of time? How can we improve on the storytelling? How can we improve on the team? And how complicated can we make it and still make it look good and do it in 48 hours? So it has really elevated our experience of filming. It has made us more intentional with the shots, the storytelling, how to compress the story into 8 minutes, and how to be just as efficient as possible. We had 4 actors, which were also doubling as crew, meaning the lead actor, David Borges, was also the writer and director. The other lead actress was Katie. That's all she did. She did acting and she did such a good job. And then we have Tony. He's the guy that was talking in the gas station. He actually was the sound guy. He was helping us out with boom operating. I was handling all of the audio, all of the technical parts of the audio, but he was handling the boom that day. He also served as PA. We all did PA, we all did lighting, we all did grip. I mean, you have to nimble crew, be quick. In addition to that, we had Lane Pittman. You guys know him from doing this stuff. So Lane, actually, he was also an actor in the film. and he helped taking the BTS pictures that you've been seeing throughout the video. And honestly, I think he did an amazing job at both things. Villain kind of became very personal for us because it actually touches in so many deep themes of loss and acceptance of that loss and how you deal with it. And I think that David and I have both gone through losing important people in our lives, and that is reflected through all of our films, honestly. It's the theme of grief and how to deal with it, and I think Villain was the first piece to know how to deal with that subject. And in addition to all the emotional attachment to the film, it has launched the rest of our careers. It kind of sparked the flame that was already there, but this film kind of like really just like launched it out and made us want to keep doing short films in pursuit of our feature film, which we're already on the looks for a few features, actually. Whenever we could talk about any of that, you will hear about it for sure. As a cinematographer, I was mainly in charge of, obviously, the image. So I shot this with a red Komodo and just a handful of lenses. I love Canon FD lenses. They're vintage lenses. And I did want not only the full frame look, but I wanted the additional light that the speed booster gives us. So we knew we were gonna shoot this at night. We knew we were gonna shoot this in very, very low light. So using a speed booster gave us the look and the ability to shoot in lower light. For almost everything, we relied on enhancing the practicals. We have the aperture bulbs that we put in all of the lamps that we could, and we also fit some of the MC lights. We put it on lamps and just to give eye catches and all that stuff. In addition to that, back then we were using Amaran lights and tube lights in order to get the moonlight, in order to get some of the orange lights outside, some of the flickers. We all did it with just these three lights. We were moving them all over the place all the time. And that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the story of how Villain came about and a little bit of the wins that we had with it and the losses that we had from it. We do have more films to come. We have Blood in the Pines, we have Tallulah Park, we have The Relic, and about 3 more that I'm gonna be talking about behind the scenes and everything. Villain was the first one that we actually did about 5 years ago. If you want to know more about the film, how we shot it, please leave it in the comments below, because I want to know what you guys want to hear from the work that we've done. We also did all the post-production on this. It's only David and me. David does VFX and editing. I do color and sound. So I would love to talk about all of that. So please leave a comment below. Hope you enjoyed it. Until the next one.